In the shadows of America's Gilded Age, one man reshaped a nation, Vanderbilt. From steamboats to railroads, an empire of iron and steam. How did he seize control of America's economy? What if I told you the story of America's most transformative tycoon begins not with riches, but with a young ferry operator who turned a $100 loan into a transportation empire that reshaped the nation? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll uncover the strategies and risks Cornelius Vanderbilt used to dominate two industries, and why his rise still holds lessons for today's entrepreneurs. Cornelius Vanderbilt was born in 1794 into a modest family on Staten Island, New York. At just 16 years old, he borrowed $100 from his mother to purchase a small boat. His goal? To ferry passengers and cargo across New York Harbor. This humble start earned him the nickname the Commodore. By the 1820s, steamboats were revolutionizing river travel. Vanderbilt recognized the potential and began working for Thomas Gibbons, a steamboat entrepreneur locked in a legal battle over monopoly rights. Gibbons' mentorship exposed Vanderbilt to the cutthroat nature of the industry and the importance of efficiency. Gibbons operated in the shadow of a monopolistic system, where powerful companies sought to stifle competition. Vanderbilt observed these dynamics closely and absorbed lessons in both navigation and business strategy. As he learned the ropes, Vanderbilt began to develop his own vision for how steamboats could be more than just a means of transport. He envisioned them as tools for economic domination. When Gibbons' legal battles resulted in a victory for free competition in steamboat travel, Vanderbilt seized the opportunity to expand his reach. In the 1830s, Vanderbilt struck out on his own. He didn't just enter the steamboat business, he revolutionized it. His approach was aggressive undercut competitors by offering drastically lower prices and providing reliable, faster service. This strategy quickly won him customers, but earned him the ire of rivals. His willingness to engage in price wars showed a ruthless side that became a hallmark of his career. Vanderbilt's tactics extended beyond pricing. He reinvested profits into improving his fleet, ensuring his steamboats were not only efficient, but also safe and comfortable. His reputation as a shrewd operator grew, and his wealth began to accumulate. By the late 1830s, Vanderbilt's steamboat empire spanned major waterways, connecting key economic hubs across the northeastern United States. One of Vanderbilt's boldest moves came when he targeted the Hudson River, a lucrative route dominated by a powerful monopoly. Vanderbilt launched his own service on the river, offering fares at a fraction of the established prices. His competitors, unable to match his efficiency, were forced to either lower their prices or abandon their routes. In a dramatic show of dominance, Vanderbilt once famously offered free rides just to bankrupt his rivals. His success on the Hudson solidified his reputation as a fierce competitor and a visionary entrepreneur. By the 1840s, Vanderbilt had amassed a fortune and an iron grip on the steamboat industry. However, he wasn't content to rest on his laurels. Even as his steamboat empire grew, Vanderbilt began to set his sights on an even greater opportunity, the burgeoning railroad industry. But Vanderbilt wasn't content with dominating the waterways. He saw another opportunity on the horizon, one that would cement his legacy and forever change America. What was it? The railroads. By the 1850s, railroads were emerging as the new frontier of transportation. Vanderbilt, ever the opportunist, realized the potential of railroads to replace steamboats as the dominant mode of transport. Railroads promised faster speeds, greater reliability, and the ability to connect cities across vast distances, something steamboats could not achieve. Vanderbilt saw this as the future and resolved to shift his focus entirely. His move into railroads was strategic and calculated. While many in his position hesitated to transition from their established businesses, Vanderbilt recognized the importance of adapting to technological progress. He began by purchasing small, struggling rail lines, often at a fraction of their value. These acquisitions allowed him to enter the industry without facing immediate resistance from larger competitors. Vanderbilt's entry into railroads wasn't without its challenges. The industry was fragmented, with numerous small companies operating inefficient and disconnected lines. Vanderbilt understood that consolidation was the key to success. He envisioned a unified rail network that would streamline operations and increase profitability. To achieve this, he deployed his characteristic ruthlessness. One of his first major moves was to acquire the New York and Harlem Railroad. This relatively small line gave him a foothold in Manhattan, a critical market. From there, he set his sights on larger targets, including the Hudson River Railroad and the New York Central Railroad. Vanderbilt's approach was aggressive. He leveraged his wealth to buy out shareholders, often offering them prices they couldn't refuse. For those who resisted, he used strategic pressure, such as threatening to build competing lines or cutting off access to key routes. Vanderbilt's most daring move came during his battle for control of the New York Central Railroad. This line was a vital artery of commerce, connecting New York City to the Great Lakes and the Midwest. Vanderbilt's strategy involved driving down the stock prices of the railroad by spreading rumors and manipulating the market. As the stock plummeted, he quietly purchased shares, gaining a controlling interest. His rivals, caught off guard, were forced to concede. At one point, Vanderbilt famously declared, "Gentlemen, you have undertaken to cheat me. I won't sue you, for the law is too slow. I'll ruin you." This statement encapsulated his approach: direct, relentless, and unapologetically competitive. By the 1860s, Vanderbilt had consolidated several major rail lines into a single efficient network under the New York Central system. This achievement not only solidified his dominance but also transformed American transportation. Goods and passengers could now move across the country faster and cheaper than ever before, fueling economic growth and westward expansion. Vanderbilt's innovations extended beyond business practices. He invested heavily in infrastructure, including building the iconic Grand Central Depot in New York City. This terminal became a symbol of his influence and vision for a modern transportation network. But Vanderbilt's legacy is a double-edged sword. While his achievements reshaped America, his tactics raised questions about the ethics of ruthless competition. What can we learn from his story, and how should we view his impact on history? Stick around to find out. Cornelius Vanderbilt's story is a testament to the power of foresight, adaptability, and relentless ambition. From his early days ferrying passengers across New York Harbor to consolidating the nation's railways, Vanderbilt exemplified what it means to seize opportunity and never back down from a challenge. He anticipated trends before others, often positioning himself as a step ahead of his competitors. Whether it was identifying the steamboat's potential or foreseeing the railroad's transformative power, Vanderbilt's knack for being at the right place at the right time was unparalleled. Vanderbilt's success wasn't merely a result of luck or timing, it was the product of deliberate planning and unrelenting effort. His ability to navigate complex markets and cutthroat competition required a rare combination of intelligence, intuition, and fearlessness. These qualities allowed him to accumulate vast wealth and become one of the most influential figures of the 19th century. Yet his methods often sparked debate. Despite his incredible success, Vanderbilt's legacy is not without controversy. His rise to power was marked by ruthless business practices that earned him as many critics as admirers. Vanderbilt was known for undercutting his competitors to the point of financial ruin, wielding his wealth and influence like weapons in the battle for market dominance. This relentless pursuit of profit often came at a cost. Small businesses were crushed under the weight of his monopolistic tactics, and his aggressive maneuvers left many questioning the ethics of his approach. Moreover, Vanderbilt's treatment of workers reflected the harsh realities of the industrial era. Labor conditions in his enterprises were grueling, with long hours, low wages, and little regard for safety. Critics argue that Vanderbilt's success came on the backs of the working class, highlighting the stark inequalities that defined the Gilded Age. So what lessons can we draw from Vanderbilt's story? At its core, his life is a study in contrasts: extraordinary vision and ruthless ambition, groundbreaking innovation and ethical controversy. Vanderbilt's journey underscores the importance of adaptability and bold decision-making in achieving success. Yet it also serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power and the moral dilemmas that accompany great wealth. For modern entrepreneurs, Vanderbilt's story offers valuable insights. His ability to pivot between industries, his commitment to efficiency, and his willingness to take calculated risks are principles that remain relevant today. However, his legacy also reminds us of the importance of balancing ambition with responsibility. Building an empire is one thing, Leaving behind a legacy that inspires admiration rather than criticism is another. Cornelius Vanderbilt didn't just build an empire, he reshaped America's economy. His journey from a small ferry operator to the Commodore of American industry is proof that even the humblest beginnings can lead to greatness. And that, perhaps, is the greatest lesson of all. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Cornelius Vanderbilt's life, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more stories of the entrepreneurs who built America. Who should we cover next? Let us know in the comments.